The most creative ideas in the world are those that never get started because of one single voice in our heads. In my case, my voice is telling me that I'm just not good enough. What's your voice telling you? Is it telling you that you're not good enough to create a particular project? So why hassle and start? Or is it telling you that it would just take too long and you don't have time? Whatever your voice is telling you, or even telling myself, creative confidence is not something that you're born with. It's a muscle that you build. In this video, I'm sharing 3 small shifts to help you move past that fear. My first shift is this. I'm giving you permission to be bad, and I mean really bad, for at least 10 attempts. If I give you permission to be bad, will you accept my permission and just be bad for as long as it takes? I'm saying 10. If you think you just need to be bad for 5, that's absolutely fine. If you need to be bad for more than 10, that is also fine. I'm actually going to share a couple of projects where I've been really bad so that you can see that I can be bad as well, and it will give you the encouragement to be bad. The first one is this. My outer B choice was way too big for the design I was attempting to achieve. The piece should look something like this grey green pearl design on the left, where the piece lays down flat and every bead sits comfortably with its slot. So going back to my faulty piece, the necklace does not lay down flat at all. In fact, I was sewing on each bead I could see. As I was sewing on each bead, I could see that the bead choice was way too big, but I kept on going. Why? My idea of deleting a flat design pivoted to creating a choker style necklace instead. But having completed the design, my second idea was not going to work for me personally, as the choker was too big for my size neck. The second example is this. A messy looking Viking knit weave, which actually started off dressed quite well. However, you can see here that I had a loss of concentration and focus, resulting in the weave pattern becoming less consistent due to some missing loops. Here's an example of what a Viking knit weave should look like. Why am I sharing these with you? I want to highlight the fact that the biggest barrier to confidence is perfectionism. I'm sharing my imperfect pieces with you to give you confidence that your first 10 or however many pieces you like does not have to be perfect. Make it bad so that when you try again and get that muscle working, you will be able to see your own progress. But once you've given yourself permission, how do you actually start making progress? That's where my small win strategy comes in. So my second shift is this. It's the small win strategy. Confidence comes from evidence. If you finish a small task, your brain starts to believe that you can finish a big one. So the tip here is this, to break up your big task into micro tasks, in fact 10-minute micro tasks. And I have 2 examples to share with you. The first is this. Check out my easy beading tutorial with 3 simple steps to follow video, where I break down the making of a beaded necklace into 3 very easy, manageable tasks. The second is this. My sizzling spring set video, where I break down into easy, manageable, step-by-step tasks the making of a 3-piece jewellery. And once you've stacked up those small tasks, the big task doesn't feel like a mountain anymore. It just feels like a staircase. Using small wins is the engine, but there's one final shift in how you look at failure that makes this engine unstoppable. My third shift is this. Redefining failure by changing the narrative. Failing doesn't mean you're a bad creator or a bad artist. It just means that you have found one way that doesn't work yet. In fact, this same thought was expressed by Thomas Edison, who found 10,000 ways that didn't work when inventing the light bulb. When viewed in this context of changing the narrative, it helps to build resilience and makes you better able to withstand failures in the future. Wait, let's be real for a second. Even I struggle every time I press the record button. So the challenge I have for you today is this. Can you commit to one creative Can you let me know in the comments what creative act you're going to commit to today? I'm really keen to get to. And my closing thought is this: creativity isn't about being fearless. It's about acting whilst you're still afraid, even just a little bit afraid. Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know in the comment section below what creative act you've been putting off. If you are still scared, I'm taking this opportunity to let you know that I'm working with a small handful of people, and I've opened up spaces for my creative blueprint where I'm working one-to-one, like I say, with a small handful of people to help you get started on this creative journey. It's a 5-week program and contact details are in the description box below, but I'm going to help you get started. I'm going to help you get past any issues that you have, and we're going to get you started on your creative journey. Build up your confidence in the process. It might be that you need somebody to talk things through with, and you might also need somebody to help you to be accountable, because we all need help from time to time. My details, contact details, are in the description box below, and I am restricting this to a small handful, so the sooner you get in touch the better, and my contact details will be in the box below. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been your host, Diane Hamilton-Harris, on Creativity Out of the Box, and thank you for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe.